So today's video is in response to the man like Ross John, who says S3200XL versus S3000 would put some rumours to bed. But before we do that, we're going to do this video because I wanted to give you like a quick little tour of the Akai S3200. I've got it out of the rack because I need to put an HXC emulator in there, which I've literally just set up and it's all working good. I'm going to configure that and make sure that's working in there. I'm going to pop that in there because I need to be able to transfer the discs from one Akai S32 Akai to the next. It's currently sitting with an old floppy disk drive and I've been meaning to change this over for ages and ages. I've got the compact flash set up in there as well, and I've been saving to these compact flash, which is lightning speed to be fair, but I also want to get my brain archive stuff and be able to transfer it and just move things around a bit more seamlessly. I've also got a SCSI to ID as well, which I plan to put in the mix and get that going. I might put this into an external box and share it between two samplers. But the thing is with that is you just got to be careful because I believe SCSI only gives you about up to 7 IDs, and the SCSI to ID, I think it takes up about 3-4, and I've got to think about the SideQuest zip drive, which has got a lot of stuff on there, and I've also got to think about the iAmiga zip disk that I use as well. So anyway, before we go on to the battle video, I just wanted to do a short video to just give you guys a little insight and a little tour around the S3200XL, which is a pretty cool piece of kit to be fair. It's like the upgraded version of the S3000 and I've been using it quite a lot. What I've found is when I load a lot of programs, it does complain about the effects not being the same. I don't know if I need an external, like another effects board, but today I'm going to kind of have a look around it, have a look inside it, show you guys it so you can see what you think. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Akai S3200 is a 16-bit professional 32-voice polyphonic sampler using 16-bit sampling techniques and 44.1 kHz sampling frequency. It's equipped with a 3.5-inch HD floppy drive and can load samples from the Akai S1000, EMU and Roland sound library. At the time, in 1996, this sampler was seen on some studio photos and Liam of the Prodigy's live rig gig. He had even 2 of them in his live setup. This sampler has standard features, 32 voice polyphony, digital resonant filters, assignable program modulation, more flexible sound control, powerful DSP features including time stretch, new multi-mode for easy multi-timbral setup and layering, which is quite interesting, which I want to get into, Mesa Remote Control Librarian, so you can use Mesa with it. For those who don't know what Mesa is a cool program that you use to connect to your Akai. The RAM expansion is up to 32 MB with standard SIMs, standard MIDI file player, clear, easy to learn user interface, compatibility with EMU and Roland sound libraries. Powerful expansion, up to 16 MB of non-volatile flash memory, SPDIF, digital in and out. S3000 features 16 MB of RAM, standard, AES, EBU, digital I/O standard, SMPTE read generator, standard with JUNGLIST sequencing capability, EB16 sample verb in the US, 4-channel studio quality multi-effects board, IB304 expansion board, Pro filter in the US, DSP board, so if you get one of them, you're all good. Direct to disc recording. Very interesting. Optimal internal Magento optical drive. Sampling system. Specifications. Sampling system. 16-bit linear. Polyphony. 32 voices. Maximum samples 255. Maximum programs 254. So let's get into this cool sampler and have a little tour around and see exactly what it's all about. I've got it on the bench now. So guys, you've got the single. You've got the multi. You've got sample, you've got effects, you've got edit, global, save, load, And obviously in there you've got all your sub menus that come up on the function keys above here, like your mix, MIDI, loud, disk, delete. Got hard drive function in there. Look at that. I use a Microtech, and it takes various formats. It's a SCSI kind of card reader, if you like, which works well with this, I've got to say. Loading up on this is kind of lightning fast. When I go to here, I would have this there, have the SCSI. I'd select my SCSI ID. I've also got a compact flash floppy inside here. I used a SCSI to compact flash converter, and I popped that inside the machine. Only issue with that was that when it fills up, you'd have to open up the whole sampler just to upgrade, which makes no sense really. You could use it for, say, like your your drum kits and stuff like that you just want to keep on the sampler full time. But this one's removable quite easily. And they're hot swappable, if you like, so they work quite well. So I'm going to show you the load speed on this actual bit of kit here, and it's pretty much the same speed as the SCSI to SD. That's the beauty of the hard drive style mechanisms. They load like lightning. Check this out. So as you can see, it's loading quite a lot, and it's doing it pretty fast. I'm not speeding up the video there. As you can see, they're all recycled bits and bobs and breaks, and you can see how fast that's loading. It's really, really quick. Look at that. It's going literally just running through it. Now, as well as that, you can fit quite a lot on there. Look, you see free space is per kilobytes or whatever. You got 1006 on there. Look, it's loading a ton of stuff on it at the moment. Obviously, I don't have it connected to the mixer because I'm about to install the HXC emulator in there. And once I do that, I'll be able to, do things. So let's take a look at the back of the machine now. And let's have a look and see what other inputs and outputs we have. So guys, on the back of the machine, as you can see, it's quite interesting. You've got your output channels, channel 1 to 8 at the back, the analog outputs. You've got 2 analog inputs. You've got a low gain and a high gain and a mid gain. So if you're doing using phonos, like for vinyl recording, and you don't have a mixer, I guess you could put that on high impedance, and then your audio signal would be a little bit more, the pickup would be a little bit stronger. You've also got left and right out, and you've got 2 different types of connectors for left and right outs. So they would be fed by, your mix on the front, if you like. The actual, what is it called? Main volume comes out of these 2. So everything that you don't assign to the outputs will come out of these 2 channels as standard, like your stereo pair, if you like. And also you can use your effects. You could use your all the effects that are built into your samplers as a left and right stereo pair. So you can you can have certain channels sort of slightly sending to your effects, if you like, as if you would on a normal mixer. You've got SMPTE in and out for connecting to your SMPTE devices such as reel-to-reel, etc. And another thing that's pretty unique here on this one is you've got your digital and optical in and out. So you can actually sample digitally straight into this machine and bypass the analog cables, which is what you'd use here. Normally I would just set up the left mono in, or using one of these traditional inputs. Another interesting thing as well, there's a signal ground. So I guess if you've got ground issues, I guess you could use it for that. Or if you were connecting, maybe had a turntable sitting on the top, you could probably use this for your turntable to, so it's got a ground connection. And last but not least, I see that this has a sort of a fan section. So I guess there's some sort of fan in there. If you were using maybe a hard drive or something, you probably want to keep it cool. And not sure what the connections are inside for that, but we can have a look inside now. Okay guys, looking inside the machine now, what a beast of a machine this is. And as you can see, where the fan section is set up, I can't see any power connectors for the fan as such. And looking here, you can see the main board, which looks pretty similar to the S3000's board. In fact, I think it's actually identical. Let's just clarify that, because I've got I've got a power supply right here, and if you put that neck and neck to it, yep, you can see that they're both the same power board. So if you had an S3000 and you needed a new power board for it, you could probably look at one for a S3200. Now, something interesting here has just popped up that I've seen, I haven't noticed before, is there's two clipped wires here. Now, I'm wondering if these two clip wires are for a fan. The only way to test it would be to switch it on and put a multimeter across it and see what sort of voltage you get there. Because the reason why I say that is I found a fan the other day that I may be able to put in here. Do I want to have a fan? No, I mean, this has been working fine for ages. Actually, wait a minute. No, there are a couple of additional power points here. Look at this board. I'm going to take a quick picture of this board here. And I wonder what they're for then. Okay, so as you can see inside, I've got my two compact flash cards in here. And these are kind of like a SCSI to compact flash conversion. And I use this as an internal hard drive, which is pretty sick. This is on SCSI ID2. And then I would then also have the external micro whatever it is at the front and use that. Looking around, look, you've got your inverter there for the screen. You've got your chip here, which comes with 2.0, the 3200S, yeah, version 2.0, and it's a pretty clean look inside, man. It's really nice. Okay, so over here now, I believe this thing here is an effects board, and there's a couple of extra expansion units available, P11 and P12. So guys, I'm gonna just get this HXC emulator, pop it in here. I'll let you know the jumper settings, and away we go. So easy crew, there you have it. You see the HXC emulator is now installed. I can now load my sampler clash files up from one sample to the next quite easily, and I'm going to be able to do this test for you guys. The weirdest thing, I had to do this kind of mod on my HXC emulator, where I had to actually turn the screen sideways and simply put it in, because it was literally impossible to read that way around, guys. Kind of madness. So now we got all the technical stuff out the way, let's jump in and have a little jam and hear what the sound is like on the Akai S3200. I've got a little beat here that I'm working on. Gonna have a little experiment, a little mess about, and you guys can have a listen and let me know what you think. Peace. So next thing, get the snare, time stretch it real quick. DSP, time stretch. Sounding good already. See, what I like about this is the gritty sound to the Akai, man. It's absolutely like sick. Let's tighten up a little bit here, move that up a bit. Move that little mute thing there. Copy that over, make that unique. Alright, so let's have a little experiment with some of the filters now and see what happens there when I mess with that, yeah? Okay, let's go. So guys, the video's kind of long enough as it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. Look out for my next video, which is going to show you a battling sound between the S3200 and the S3000 as requested. If you've got any other requests below, please comment down below. Let us know. Peace out. I want to send a big shout out to KPKP, XSM, Enough, my friend there with the Japanese writing, Tommy Badman, Arnie V, Nick Davis, Blah D&B, Stu Being Safe, Jitted, Mr. Rothers, Farben, Hoops, Mr. Anchovy, Bo Priest, Sebastian, Hasib Electronics, Ken Wong, Angry Bulldog, Infinity, Auto Machine, Camel Sound, F8, X-Bass, UK Drums, Duke, ASH, Ontology Junglist, Apocalypture, and Pierre. Big up for that, guys. Thanks for coming.